Electricity is produced from generators driven by turbines that convert potential energy of the fast-flowing falling water into mechanical energy. Water is stored at a higher elevation at the end of passage down pipes. The water causes the turbines to rotate, and then the turbines drive the generators. And this converts the turbines' mechanical energy into electricity. 20% of all of the electricity that we use is hydropower. Okay, so this is a pump storage plant. This is mainly used for bigger cities and towns, things like that. So what happens is this is called the upper reservoir. It goes through the dam and mostly goes through the power grid, which gives the power. And it goes through this cool looking thing and it goes to the turbine, which is spun backwards, which then transfers it to the lower reservoir, and that's where it's stored. So when the town or the city wants to use it, it goes from the lower reservoir back up to the turbine, and it spins it forward this time and goes up to the generator and then goes straight into the power lines out into the town.
So one pro is that there is less pollution. Pretty much this means that it's fueled by water, so there isn't fossil fuels going into the air when you use hydroelectric power. The second pro is that it's also renewable, so hydroelectric power is powered by the sun, and it's not powered by fossil fuels, so fossil fuels aren't renewable, whereas the sun is obviously very renewable. Another pro is that it creates recreational opportunities, kind of. For an example, Hoover Dam, many people can go see it, can go visit, look at it, understand and learn more about like hydroelectric power and how that works and how that's benefiting our community and that state. Now to go to the cons, it destroys the environment. Not in the way like fossil fuels do, but in the way where when you have to create it, you have to like stop ecosystems, change the way a river ecosystem moves or flows just to create a dam or some hydroelectric power plant. Another con is that there's CO2 and methane in the air. Pretty much what happens is that when there's too much water, the dirt under the hydroelectric plant pretty much starts to rot with like plants under the water, and they start to get moldy and stuff, which releases like CO2 and methane in the air. And then another con is that floods and droughts are caused sometimes because of hydroelectric power, because of the tons of water that's in it, and then also how much sometimes not enough power is able to go to the community, so that can create a drought.
So the most common type that hydroelectric plants use are dams. So they use a dam on a river to store water in a reservoir. They sometimes also use a small canal, and they have river water to channel through into a turbine. So there are 4 types of hydropower. The main ones are run-of-river, storage, pump storage, and offshore hydropower.
The Hoover Dam is one of the most famous hydroelectric power facilities. It's located in Nevada, in the Black Canyon on the Colorado River, about 30 miles southeast of Las Vegas. So it's a 700-foot tall concrete arch gravity dam, and it costs about $49 million to build. It can produce 4 billion kilowatt hours of energy for use in Nevada, Arizona, and California, which is enough energy for about 1.3 million people.
So how hydroelectric power affects the community? Mostly what it is, it's super expensive to build, no matter if you build a small or a big one. And most communities don't have that money to build the plants themselves. And another thing is the research that goes into it, because every town is different, so it's finding the right resources for it, and it's just a lot of time and effort into it. It can be dangerous to build also, with how big the generators and turbines are. If something were to go wrong, you would be losing people. And the planning that goes into it, it takes up such a huge chunk of time to build, and it doesn't get built very quickly. I'm Taleah, and thanks for watching Hydroelectric Power.